Lamentation, Lamentation, chapter 3, verse 22. It is of the Lord Yahweh Shah's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassion fail not. They are new every morning, great in thy faithfulness. The Lord, the Lord is my portion, say my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. I like to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. To Ali Ba'ashem, Yahushua, for the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who deserve double honor, rightfully so. Shalom to the Aki on pushing the word of sincerity and truth, being faith-based and being prepared for what is to come. And what is to come? Race wars, famine, concentration camps, the RFID chip was the mark of the beast. 200 million missiles hitting the soils of America. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord lift up the hopeful act into the chambers. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord shooting laser beams at the ungodly and the heathens. Rightfully so. Abaratazah, the Lord, take the course of this video. Just a vessel seeking salvation. Out of this filthy place, spiritually known as Sodom, Gomorrah, Egypt, Babylon, and all the other filthy customs it have taken upon. This video is sponsored by the mercies of Yahweh Shah. This video is sponsored by the mercies of Yahweh Shah. And right now the time is 4:23 a.m. in the morning. Monday, September 25th, 2023. The hopeful year all prophecies come to pass. And for us knowing this, the Lord has given us mercy. He has had compassion upon us, upon you, and the individuals that's doing these videos. And he put you to know. Because we could have been one of those individuals that was left out there, wandering. Because the next stage of wandering, when this famine of the word, let's see something. Famine of the word. Let's see if it pop up. It's a lot, yeah. Let's go this way. I don't want to lose those verses. Because the famine of the word is coming. And we gotta be happy that we on this side. That we know this is it. Not that one. I think I found it. Yeah. And with this famine of the word, it's gonna be the beginning of Jacob's trouble. You know, because if they cut, you know, how do you say, if they cut the internet, you ain't gonna get access to the apostles. You ain't gonna get access to the elders. You know, it's gonna always be about, and our faithfulness in Yahweh Shem Shah is what is all gonna lead to a briefcase of faith. And that's also a gift. This mercy is a gift. This faith is a gift. This hope is a gift. And Yahweh Shem Shah that he gave us, man. And I know, I said that other verse that jumped in my head. I want to find this verse. Salakia. Just if I don't find a verse now, I'm gonna lose it later in my mind, and I'm trying not to. And there's certain words I gotta say it or see if it pop up for me. So Salakia. Think of it strange Bible verse. I didn't say right. Oh, yeah. I think this is it. Yeah. Well, all right. I just wanted to find the verse. Yeah. So, um, yeah. Oh, come on. That was not. Oh, what to say? Oh, that's not it. Yeah. So all these things that we are and happening for us. Oh, how you just gonna do a video? It don't be me. You know, the thoughts don't come from me. You know, I can feel that. Like I just know that from since my calling, I meditate on the scriptures. So that call was, the messengers, which is the angels, they came down, they called you to the Lord. They did their part. Yahweh Shah send out the messengers, and they go out. The angels go out, and they call on who they looking for to do it. Many are called, but few are chosen. So that's another thing that we want to look forward to. We want to be one of the chosen ones. Now, this mercy that we have obtained, it's a gift, man. Because this is a sure word version. Because we are sinners, man. We are sinners in this flesh, and we are going through um, our present sentence. I just read something, right? All right, let me read this first. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the day comes, say the Lord Yahweh Shah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord. So, like I said, you're not gonna be able to. If the scripture says that I forgot what prophet it was, but if they put their tongue to the top of their mouth, something to the fact like that, that means they were not speaking about the prophet, prophesying to the people no more. This is gonna happen, and that's when the doors of mercy is gonna be shut. Because remember, this whole show, everything that's going down is of Yahweh Shemel Shah's will, and we are in the know, so we know when the thief is gonna come, based upon his Salakia, based upon these prophecies that the prophets has been prophesying. And if you've been listening, the Lord that was a sign indication that the Lord called you, and He said, "Listen, these are my men. These are my men." And just like He's saying of Yahweh, He said of Yahweh Shah, He's well pleased of His apostles and His elders, and you can tell by the actions He's been taking. So when they stop, when it's for all this, y'all want to talk about virgins and uh what's the other one? Grape and all this, and who's raping who, instead of we're paying attention to the prophecies. This is like, yeah, these other camps are in the Hananiah spirit. No, we're not paying attention to what NATO and Russia and um um because I don't hear that conversation about the war that's going on over there. I don't hear the conversation about um what's this other thing going down? I can't even think of it. But with Korea and the missiles, I don't hear about the sea hip. coming out of their mouth. I don't. I don't hear it. Like if it was them, it would be talked about. We are in the Jeremiah spirit. They are in the Hananiah spirit. Telling you they're not telling you what's about to happen, what is to come. The family of the word, the Lord been telling you and telling you through his men that they are about to do these things. The Lord's gonna allow them to do these things. And they are not talking about them, they're not giving you the right conversation. Yes, the apostles was watching um the debate with what's the individuals? Captain Kazariak and Vocabby. Yeah. But at the same time, they was edifying. Because they have to filter, if they got to listen for mistakes based upon, since y'all talking about it, well, I'm going to see if y'all going to do it correct. So when you listen, you know, Captain Zazarak brought out the right scriptures, made sense. Vocab didn't go into the scriptures. He's a distraction. This is why it's important to listen to what the apostle said. The apostle said, don't be bringing these individuals on your platform. That's where they going wrong. Okay? So the famine of the word is coming. And there ain't gonna be no more mercy. Because the Lord is gonna allow these individuals to do these things to the 2/3. Yeah. You don't want to be a part of the 2/3. Okay? Back here real fast. I just want to get another we gotta go Slovakia. The famine word is coming. And it's gonna be of hearing. Like it says. It says Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the day comes, say the Lord Yahweh Shah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor or thirst for water, but the hearing of the word of Yahweh Shah. He's not going to let you hear his prophet speak no more. They're not going to. The time of speaking is almost at an end. Now it's going to be action. It's going to be some action out here, man. And this is when, since they didn't want to pay attention, this is when it's going to happen. All this action. Right where I needed to land. That's beautiful. Let's see what it says. Let's see if I can find out a verse. See? Psalm chapter 74, verse 9. We see not our sign. There is no more any prophets, neither is there among us any that know how long. It's just gonna be caught up in a period of time of not since you didn't pay attention, you had your chance. This is the chance right now. The doors of mercies is closing. The doors of mercies is closing, man. And ain't gonna be no more playing around. I brought this out on one of these men, you know. And it's not no fugazi. It's not no. When I wake up, when I go to sleep, I think of the word, and I see signs myself, of a clear indication that, I'm just giving my own self an example, and I see how individuals that was in this, and I see like certain things that I had to like really sit down and analyze it. So I said, that's to me, that's the Lord showing me something. Or even if you might experience something, right, based upon your situation, and It's for you to see what you're gonna go, how you're gonna react through that situation. That's a test for you. Because I heard tons of times the apostles saying, uh, going through things, sleeping in cars in long range when the car is broken and far away from their home and the car's broken down, and they slept in the car and or the apostles having faith, and it's act like that. It's like that in the scriptures. It's the same way in the scriptures, you know, and the faith is the only thing that held these men together. Faith in Yahweh Shem Shah. And the Lord had mercy on them. Right? So in that day, when you're going to be asking, how long are we going to be in this situation? I can't feed my babies. But you didn't have no faith in the men. You didn't have no faith in the words that the men was telling you. Because they didn't, I don't, to this day, like since I met them, I haven't seen them steer me wrong. And they ain't telling me, give up, you help, I'm your God. They didn't tell me, oh, I'm your God, apostle, like the idiots always say, up in Chicago, T-God, oh, you're a T-God. You're T-God. That's not, the apostle don't be acting like no T-God. He got to go fast too. He working on his own salvation with fear and trembling. So now you look like a fool. I don't even see you. Like, where's your videos? Where's your edification? Anybody that has turned now is, we don't even want to talk about the minute ones. The doors of mercy is closing, and when it's sealed and shut, you better hope and pray that you're on the right side of this mercy. So they're gonna be asking this question: how long will I not have chicken? How long I'm gonna not have biscuits and gravy? I remember those days. And I have kids with them and all that, man. I don't want to be in that position. So, man, I've been always looking for this verse. I got a bad memory, Salakia, because every time, man, when I lost my sword, you have everything highlighted, and I always think of these verses, and I just can't never remember. But look, this verse just popped up. I'm gonna take a picture of this one, so I'm gonna come back to that. I've been wanting to use that verse. I'm gonna read it now, if it allows me. The Lord allows. There you go. I'll come back to that. All right, if it kept it, but this is what the prophets are telling you. Oh, wow. Both verses. Oh, yeah. Okay. It says Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. Let's read this one. Start here. And though the land, and though the Lord gave you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, ye should not, ye yet shall not thy teachers be removed into the corners anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers. I'm telling you, man, we read that again. You fucking idiots out there, are you crazy? I'm a witness to this, man. This thing is undeniable. Our prophets is there, our apostles is there. They're the same individuals back then. They're here now. Fuck your feelings. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. And though the Lord gave you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, ye yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. That's our prophet. They ain't nobody moving them off the places they go prophesy. They there, they out there. People are coming up and they say, dang. I was just watching videos of our apostles when they was younger. They had dark hair. They waiting too. They out there too, man. You know, thinking about their health. That's what they doing. They cleansing themselves. They get preparing themselves. Oh man, it's certain things you gotta do for yourself physically. You know, the Lord do it for you spirit. He gives you the increase, but you gotta still work out. Your, you gotta eat your vitamins, your minerals, and your vegetables, and your smoothies, your juicing, and all that. These are things you gotta do. So our teachers out there, they are teaching. That's the clear. This was the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, because I needed a verse, and this clarified that this is mercy. This verse right here, I just read, this clarified this is mercy. All right, verse 21. And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. See, wherever direction you go, you're supposed to be utilizing this word from our prophets that Yahweh Shem Shah set up to be in his stead until he get back. That's the mercy. So we just read over there in Amos, right? Behold, Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the day comes, say the Lord Yahweh Shah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but the hearing of the word of Yahweh Shah. And it's going to be no more. They ain't going to be doing this no more. It's going to be a time when the Lord is going to preserve them somewhere, and they're going to be going through whatever they're going through. I brought this on these men that he preserved. Because I am being guided to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. I'm going to be guided to him. And I remember this one individual when we was he was this individual, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Shah, for at the time, he used to say things to me, so all I could do is not say a word. I didn't, he was in the spirit at that moment, but now he's not around no more. But really, the time when, when he said this to me, that's why I knew he wanted this role to end. He didn't know how to leave, or just whatever the fuck was going on in his mind. But when he said this to me, I was like, oh boy. And I hate this sometimes, my name is Shema, right? Shema Yum Yun. So I remember when I was a little boy, when I couldn't hear. I remember when I was a little boy, all I wanted to do was hear. I was just see people moving their mouth, but I couldn't hear the words. I feel like when I was young, that my hearing was taken from me. I don't know. I didn't know nothing about scriptures and stuff like that. I was a little boy, but when I was able to hear, all I did was just look at and listen. That was a long time ago. This individual said something because we had to go where the apostles was at, and they said, "Oh, we're going here." He started moving us around, So after we left 34th Street, move here, we're going here. And one time we went to a location, so it was so freaking hot. And I come 3 hours away to go to the camp. So I was already traveled, already burnt out, whatever. But I still I gotta do this. My mind is like, I gotta get the hell. I want to get out of here too, but the only way out, it makes logical sense. The only way out is to do the will of Yahweh. He's the one that he put us in this prison. He's the only one that can get us out. We have to do what His will, and He'll have mercy on us to get us out of here. If I was up, we the predestinated ones, you know. So an individual says to me, "Why the hell we gotta come up here?" He said something else, but I can't remember how he said it. But then I said to him, "Yeah, Howard Shah's up here. We got to go." So I thought he was just. I just wanted. I was serious, but I said it. I said, "Yeah, Howard Shah's up here. Yahweh Shah's up here." You know, where the prophets, you know, I didn't really get into the conversation with him because he was, you know, he was at the point he was in that like a head, you know, when he said this to me. So I said, he said something. I don't know what he said. Then when he said it, I just totally feel like I said, "Oh boy," in my mind. I said, "Oh boy." I said, I just was quiet after that, and I was sweating the door. I was sweating this shit. I had to walk up the hill. I was sweat. I just wanted to get to camp, man. It was up there. And I never, you know, as long as I lived in the Bronx, I never been to that museum. You know, we used to go up there to I think it's the Cloisters Museum. And when he said this, I said, "Oh shit, oh boy." That's what I remember saying. I said, "Oh boy." And I don't think I saw him again after that. And he said, So I said, "Yeah, how about Shemel Shah's up here?" You know. And every time I think of this verse, I always think of that situation. I always think about this situation. When I found this verse I just found, I always think about this. If I can remember where it was at. Oh jeez, I got so many tablets open, so Salah can bear with me. I know I just had it right here. Yeah. So every time I think when I see this verse, I think of that it's that situation. It is in my mind. Say that's not how you want to be. That's not what you want to say. So it was very very spiritual moment, and how that situation was, it was very spiritual too, because I was always, and it's a lot to that story, but I always hear this verse. It says, Isaiah chapter 30 verse 21, and thy ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right and when ye turn to the left. I always hear that. I always hear that verse when I think of that situation. And that was very spiritual right now at this moment. Very, very spiritual. And I truly believe this is mercy. This is mercy from Yahweh Shem Shah. And I wrote that when it's time for the game time, and we out in the midst of this, that I can remember everything, because I have a bad memory. You know, I feel like I beat myself up when I was in the world. So now I'm doing this, and I'm like, how can I cleanse myself more? So the things I do, I take my herbs, you know, I take my ginkgo, my memory pills and stuff like that to try to, you know, and you know, a lot of stuff comes to my mind, and I truly believe that, you know, the Lord, you know, for your situation, for my situation, I need to fast. So I need to not do a lot of different things. That if I did it being angry, I probably made myself sick. So yeah, you know, I had stopped drinking for months, like, and it reduced my weight. You know, I feel like the anger, I couldn't drink angry. I didn't want to be angry drunk, be mad at, you know, being put in a test in the situation, right? And to see how you're gonna react to it. You know, I would just eat. I would just fast. I would do um implement fasting, like if I said that right. You know, fast for like a certain amount of hours, and sometimes I prolong over the 24 hours. I won't eat until 6, until sunset. To sun, I wait until like I get home to eat. When I go to work, I'll run around all day, and then I felt all the the fat melt off me, the unpure mess. I had to clear my mind. The Lord put you in a situation, see, and it was just a reaction. And I say, what would I? And I would say, what would the prophets do? The ancient was to do. Remember, Daniel didn't eat for he wanted the answer. He didn't eat for I forgot how many days. You know, Yahweh Shai didn't eat for 40 days, 40 nights, just for all the answer for the cleansing. So that's where we at. It was a sign of mercy still, and I feel like my life was prolonged just enough to get to the next stage. You know, and it helped. It helped my we're getting older, man. We gotta get older and wiser. We gotta eat certain things. You know, I still be eating. Sometimes I eat some some fried chicken, some biscuits, man. You know, so hey, you know, I just started, drinking a little beer here and there. You know, so hey, I feel better though. I feel very better, and through the Spirit, Yahweh Shai, it from not eating like that, and the scripture speaks about fasting and praying get off to get rid of the demons, and I truly believe that all this not eating as much as I used to, it knocked out the demons out of here because things started happening. It took a while. Like you had to go through it. Oh, what's the next thing? And I'm telling you, I started watching people disappear. I started watching these demons on these people. I could see the demons leave these people. The spirit on these people that would left them. As they left, the spirit left. The demon that was on them. So I felt it, and a lot of things was happening. It was like, wow. And hey, that was mercy of Yahweh Shemel Shah. That was mercy. Why do Yahweh Shemel Shah for that? Salakia, we might make a part 2 to this. So because I gotta run to the plantation. And that kind of went kind of far. But yeah, those, hey, this is the doors of mercy is closing. And that's where we at. Alright, so I had a couple of verses I want to read it, but I'm not gonna go into those right now. So thanks for the Dawadi Yahweh Shemel Shah for this truth. Dawadi Yahweh Shemel Shah for our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Dawadi Yahweh Shemel Shah for the Akim that's out there that's standing strong. Being examples, man. So I'm gonna shut it down, and I'll come back and do another segment of this. All praise and honor, glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Ba'ashim Kodash. Dawadi Yahweh Shemel Shah for the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim. Kum Yashala.